the right answer. It is the first time I reveal it. Why we choose cosmetic. Wardah is the first cosmetic that people is proud of. Indonesian people is proud of. People. is important.
People is important.
People more important than my kid.
The people, Paragonian, is more important than your kid.
Yes. I think this one is the real reason.
It's the real reason of Paragon success.
Yes, and the other reason is we only hire the best. Once you join Paragon, Paragon will try the best to keep you in Paragon.
All right. So good afternoon, everyone. Assalamualaikum. Today we are very, very honored on Lift Conversations to have the one and only Pak Supakat, who is so humble to say that he is a student of Paragon Corp Management. So that makes all of us kindergarten. If you are student, we are a kindergarten student. Thank you, Pak. Thank you for your time today. I know you just came back from Jogja and Solo. So thank you so much for not resting and being here with us.
Don't mention it. The pleasure is all mine.
Thank you for being so humble. It's so nice. Maybe, Pak, we can start a little bit by sharing with us what makes you and Ibu Noor decide to start Paragon many years ago.
Many people didn't know the right answer. It is the first time I reveal it. Why we choose cosmetic. Cosmetic is major business. People had sold cosmetic 6,000 years ago.
Oh, 6,000 years ago.
6,500 years ago. Because it is major, it doesn't have many invention.
Oh.
We cannot compete in industry that growing, because when the industry is growing, there is a lot of invention.
A lot of changes.
A lot of changes. We cannot compete at that time when the company was established, like computer. We cannot compete in that one. Like wide area network. No, there is no. We cannot compete. So we have to compete in industry that mostly depend on our sweat.
Oh, okay.
Hard work.
So actually, you and Ibu Noor thought a lot about what to produce, So you think a lot, then you decided cosmetic.
That's right. Not yet. At that time, I was decided. I was deciding pharmacy.
Pharmacy.
Because Ibu Noor is pharmacist.
Yes, Ibu Noor is trained as a pharmacist, right? Okay.
But then I think cosmetic is better.
Why? Why? Cosmetic is better than pharmacy.
Yes, because Ibu Noor is also working in pharmacies. Because in cosmetic company, Wella. So I choose it, choose this one.
So you prefer cosmetic over pharmacy.
Yes.
That's how you start the business.
Yes,
I
that's
see.
right.
How was it like when you first started the business? Was there many cosmetic company in Indonesia?
There is many cosmetic company in this world.
Okay.
Like in Indonesia, over 3,000. In smaller country like Thailand, there is 11,000. Wow. Why there is so many? There is so many because cosmetic is major business. And then above that, it is a low entrance barrier business.
Low entry business.
Yes.
I see. And that's why for your it's easy to go into the business.
Yes.
And that's why you chose it.
Yes, that's why cosmetic, like restaurant, like this one, is a business to a person who is willing to put 110% of their, their effort in the business. If you depend on your brain, you better go to AI, go to...
I see. So the hard work was very much you and Ibu Noor's DNA. So you're willing to put in the hard work.
Yes.
And that's why you chose very well that it is cosmetic.
Yes, that's right.
Pak, may I ask, at that time when you first started the business many years ago, halal products or even halal makeup is unheard of, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's also right. So, actually, halal is not the reason why we grow.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was not?
It is not, because, hey, Rashid.
Yeah, where's Rashid?
Yeah,
he
yeah.
left.
Pak,
Okay.
ini. Do you agree if I said before Wardah there has been one cosmetic company, one cosmetic brand named Amalia by by Sari Ayu, and then before that has been decades, so many decades. There were people selling halal product in malls, something like this. So we are not the first one.
Oh.
Yeah.
So in Indonesia, Wardah is not the first one. But Wardah make it known.
Wardah make it known. Selling Wardah is more difficult than you think.
Oh.
Because a girl will not use cosmetic when she feels ashamed to open it in the airport.
Yes.
In the same time, nobody will open it in the airport if he is ashamed to use Wardah.
Understand.
So, pushing Wardah into the market is more difficult than you think.
Oh, wow. So when you understand, I mean, what you just shared, Pak Supakat, is similar to understanding consumer behavior.
That's right.
Right? So did Paragon spend a lot of money in understanding consumers' behavior?
Yes, a lot of time.
A lot of time.
But at that time, people didn't believe that Wardah can be sold.
People didn't believe?
Yeah, because at that time, our mind, the ASEAN mind is, they want European brand.
Imported brand.
Yeah, imported brand. Even Louis Vuitton, the market, the premier market for Louis Vuitton is Japan, with 100-something million population. So people at the time in Asia, even in China, the like Hermes and then other Rolex, the best market, the highest market is China. So same with in Indonesia at that time. Yeah. People ashamed to use open then this known by other people that he were Sari Ayu, Mustika Ratu. He want to use Max Factor, Shiseido, and etc.
I see.
Wardah is the first cosmetic that people is proud of. Indonesian people is proud of.
Yes, and I can feel that the moment when I heard of Wardah, I can feel that there's a lot of nationalism in it.
Yes.
So, Pak, what did you and Ibu Noor do such that you can shift? It's a big shift, from how people don't even choose an Indonesian brand to now people sought Wardah brand because they feel so close and they feel so proud to be using an Indonesian brand.
Yeah.
What did you do in the journey?
There is there is a very famous psychologist. The name is Alfred Bandura. Alfred Bandura said that people will behave according to their environment. They see people and then they behave accordingly.
Yes.
Bandura called it social learning theory.
Social learning theory.
The experiment is called baby doll experiment.
Baby doll.
Baby doll experiment.
Okay.
And then second, Bandura also make another theory. They call it self-efficacy theory.
Self-efficacy theory.
If you want to be kind of person, you will be that kind of a person.
Okay.
This one. So, if we want our subordinate belief is something, firstly we have to believe in that thing. Then our subordinate will believe in the same thing. If our employee believe on that thing, the consumer will start believe on that thing.
I see.
So firstly, we have to lead by example.
I see.
Then our consumer will do the same to show. So if there is in other person the philosophy especially in United States. In United States is very, to me, United States is very, very special country.
Special.
Firstly, England. England is very craftsmanship oriented.
Craftsmanship.
Just like UK, Ireland, Scotland, German, something is very. America is very business oriented. We are in the business to make money. But both are of the same culture, the Anglo-Saxon culture. So this is the same with the Paragon. So we have to believe, and it is easy to do that because our DNA is self-confident.
Okay.
Sometimes this is my best weakness is I'm self-confident.
Best weakness is self-confident.
So people start to find, and it's growing. Maybe since Indonesian independence for more than 40 years, people start experiencing that it is happy to be themselves. So they start buying, improving. Now, so Wardah influence is not on cosmetic only. It's also social. We start feeling we are Asian. We are not inferior.
I see. So what you are saying, Pak Supaka, is that the rise of Wardah is a movement of social improvement, social acceptance.
That's right. And then when people accept themselves, everybody accept himself, he start feeling happy, we start feeling, something like this. So he start doing Wardah, etc.
I see. So what you are saying is quite, I would say, deep, because human evolution has come through many, many years.
Yeah.
But you are saying that in Indonesia, when Wardah rise, Wardah brand raises the ability of allowing the Indonesians to accept themselves and therefore accept an Indonesian brand.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
So when at that point in time, was there a lot of campaigns? How did you contribute to that? Because it's a nationwide thing. It's a nationwide thing.
There is poet.
A poet.
Called Victor Hugo. Victor Hugo said, there is nothing stronger than an idea whose time has come. So this is after hundreds of years, Indonesian control themselves. Oh, I have to be this, I have to be inferior. They control this, they push their thinking down artificially or deliberately. So when Wardah say, no, it is not right. You are good, you are normal, you are just like American, Belgium, Japan, Japanese, Chinese, you are normal. So life the way normal people. Then they start buying Wardah.
I see,
Yeah.
I see.
And at first, I think it is just small, small movement, small motion. But it's not, because after 40 years before, in Matahari department store, the 10 best-selling brand, maybe 40 best-selling, the 10 best-selling brand is always multinational. Revlon, Avon, McFactor, and so on.
Yeah.
Years after years, decades after decades, it is the first, and then the first local brand to become in the 10 is Wardah.
Consistently.
A year after that, it's the first best-selling brand in Matahari department store.
Wow.
And then the Maybelline make a game. He make Matahari department store become distributor. So Wardah come into number 2, second place.
So, but it's a strategic play.
Strategic play.
I see.
Then few years after that, make over into 10 best-selling. And then after that, Emina into 10 best-selling. But Wardah, Emina, and Makeover are made by the same company. So I think we have hidden ingredient had to be studied. Why it is like that?
So, Pa, can you review just a little bit, little bit? What is your hidden ingredient? let the viewers have a little bit. No need to tell all, but little bit.
Little bit. I cannot reveal that ingredient, but I have suggestion. Yeah, kan? Always think. If you find something and you believe on it, just do it. If you are right, you get a crowd. If you don't, then try another one. So I cannot reveal it. I want to keep it with me, but I have suggestion. Yeah,
more so or trying.
Less. Yeah, keep trying.
Keep trying.
Trial and error.
Try and error.
Yeah.
So one of the secret ingredient of Paragon success is try and error.
Yes.
I see. I see. You know, but based on what you shared, you said initially Paragon was small and there's always a lot of MNC international brands.
Yes.
I will tell you a truth.
Yes.
About 6 to 7 years ago, I have a coachee, a high-level coachee.
Yes.
I'm a coach, right? I have a high-level coachee. She is one of the team leader of an international brand, MNC brand. It's a direct competitor with Paragon. I will tell you this. And I started coaching her. And then she said, you know, every time when Paragon start introducing one product, my entire team in Indonesia cannot sleep for weeks because they will all get scolded. The whole team will get scolded because the boss will say, how come Paragon or Wardah can start a product in such short period of time and the sales can go so high and it will affect us. This is an MNC brand.
That's right. So as a matter of fact, the the general, the head of Europe operation come to Indonesia and try to buy Wardah from L'Oreal. We say, no, Wardah
But I didn't want to tell the brand. Now you review the brand for me.
And then Unilever also want to buy us. Yeah, if I can be richer people if I just sell this company and start the new one, because we know the secret ingredient.
Try and error.
But I don't want, I try to keep our employees safe. Once it is sold, there will be, it has been like this, our projection, our forecast, this one is our SWOT analysis. That kind of all nonsense will be applied in Paragon, and then Paragon will lose their identity.
Lost the magic, right?
Lost the magic, lost personality. Then no. This one I have enough to eat, so I don't need more money.
MashaAllah. And Pa, you mentioned something that is really, really special, because a lot of business people are after profit, are after money.
Yeah.
But you mentioned clearly just now, you care for your employees more than you care for your own profit.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I remember my interview earlier with Pak Salman. He mentioned that from your time when you started the company, you have chosen to trust and believe the young leaders that you have employed.
That's right.
But let me tell you, in the present time call now, a lot of business leaders, business owners are struggling with the younger generation workforce.
Yes.
I've always been asked to go to train and do workshop for cross-generational. How do people work with the younger generation? Right?
Yeah.
What makes you and Bu Noor to be so wise in your time? And what makes you decide to trust the young talent? Because young talent compared to the professional, different, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But what makes you trust them? Magic, okay? Magic,
Yes.
take notes.
Yeah. When I came to Indonesia, I tell one of the company. At that time, the oil platform, do you know oil platform? People produce oil in the sea, and then they build
the rigs.
Oil rig.
Oil rigging.
Yeah, this one is in Indonesia. There is 5 McDermott, Brown, all the big giant in the company, McDermott, Brown and Root, Maritime, Buick Offshore, etc. But I tell the boss, why we don't make rig? He's laughing. No, you want to make rig? Yes, why not? Rig is about 150, 175 component parts. It's even bigger than aeroplane, who has about 100,000, 125,000. Yeah, but we are we have 120 million people. We can gather 1,000 people that can do the job. And then my boss go to Director General of Oil and Gas. He tell the Director General of Oil and Gas, laughing, yeah, why don't you start business with, say, like rig maintenance, like painting, like
supporting the rig business.
Yes, and then the company, my boss come to me, Pak Wiyarso didn't believe, gini. And then, why don't you meet Pak Wiyarso with me next week? Then say Pak Wiyarso, Mas Bakat, he said, do you believe that you can make a platform? Of course, I believe. I went to the same university. I get bigger grade than they were. So I can do any job that I can do, I said. But, he said, one day delay is cost the government at that time the price only $10 million of dollar. How if delay 30 days? How if delay 20 days? You know. Oh, I say, but yeah. But you see, that company also delay. McDermott delay on that day several days in delay. He said, okay, I tell the president. He say, okay, he tell the president and he say, Mr. Taufik, our political decision is we will give you a job. He said, as long as your price lower. How if delay? Pak Harto said, he will give us job as long as you win the tender.
Ah, so it was a competition where tender needs to come in.
Yes.
I see.
Then we get tender, and our price, our price is 30% lower. Wow, we cannot sleep. 30% lower. See, let's check the calculation. Did you forget something? No,
How
sir.
come it can be 30%
Yes.
lower?
Yes. No. What is? No, sir. Nothing left behind. Nothing. No, sir. Okay. Then my boss say, Bakat, you start the war. You have to complete it. He said, okay. Then we become second biggest fabrication company in Indonesia. Number one McDermott, number two Paragon, Guna Nusa, 3, 4, 5, everything is foreign, big manufacturer.
So from that, what I'm hearing from you, Pak Supakat, is that you have an innate ability in you to challenge the status quo. You don't believe that things cannot be done. And you brought that into Paragon.
Oh, yeah. And I also, since I was, every time I applied to, I was easily employed by company, the CEO, I always, a company CEO, make me little, awkward because there is director operation, vice president operation, vice finance, but the CEO and owner always in me. Why? Because I don't easily believe when there is project Iridium 88. I told the owner, don't invest on that one. It's impossible. Why it is impossible? After I was ridiculed by many, by Indonesian conglomerate, everybody, and then my boss say, okay, let's invite them. Let's invite them. And then you tell them. I tell them, this is nobody believe except my boss. Then it's true. But I cannot explain, but I have feeling.
Then, the intuition, would you say, is your intuition plus the fact that you've done your research?
Yes. No, not the research.
No research,
just it. Then at one time, my boss, I'm sorry, Subakat, I have promised to call Gilbu. Then he take his phone and then call Gilbu. And then I say, Mr. Taufik, the Iridium 88 goal is make everybody in this world connected. So everybody in every corner of this world can call each other just using this Iridium 88. But now, without Iridium 88, you call America as easy as Iridium 88. Then a month later, they call again. Kadin call all the biggest conglomerate in Indonesia. He said, Subakat, tell them. I told them. About 4 weeks ago, Mr. Taufik, I saw Mr. Taufik. Mr. Taufik is the smartest person in Bandung Institute of Technology. I saw Mr. Taufik dialing our subsidiary, our brands in United States without difficulty. So what is the use of Iridium 88? Oh, everybody find the solution. Then, oh, I'm sorry, I have invested 3 weeks ago. I was invested 2 weeks ago. This one, and then, but sometime, and then like ini, I believe like something like this. Don't even leave manufacturing.
Don't leave manufacturing.
Don't leave manufacturing.
Was that what you learned when you were in oil and gas?
No, this is my intuition. My intuition is too high a word. This is my common sense. I call it horse sense.
Wow, your common sense is very accurate, yeah, Pak?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. Why? Because everybody believe the greater the company, the greater a nation, there will be saved from manufacturing base into service base.
I see. So first manufacturing,
Then
product,
good,
then
yes.
service.
Yes, that already happened in America, in US, in UK, and Germany. And you said, don't leave war, they're laughing. Yeah, but Mr. Taufik, if you don't have manufacturing, what's the insured? What is the ship transport? Nothing.
So manufacturing becomes the base.
Yes, the base.
The base.
And that nobody believe in. After that come the recession. And then I tell, we have to stay in manufacturing no matter what, I tell them. If we have to, we can say manufacturing business is tax-free, I say, but we cannot live manufacturing business. Even Margaret Thatcher say the future of England is in the service business. But I don't believe that. My horse sense.
Your horse sense, so cute.
But
the common sense.
Common sense. But sometimes I'm also I made mistake also, because I believe that if the drug can be sold freely, the drug business will crumble.
I see.
That I make mistake. Now Philadelphia is full of druggies.
Yep.
And then I also say this one, smartphone. I predict smartphone will not last more than 2.5 years. And now smartphone is high. But I told Salman, this startup will be 99% crumble.
And you are very correct.
Yes.
You're spot on.
Yeah. This wow, everybody. Salman even bring their best, their smartest friend to. But no, this one is correct. Well, this one is. And then I also predict that at that time, 19 something, the buzzword is go internet or go bust. I tell, that's not impossible. It's impossible. No. Then what happened is bubble.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm correct.
2003,
Yeah.
bubble.com.
This one is also, and then when there will be millennium bug. Yeah, I said millennium bug is nonsense, and then right. Yeah, that's the same with this Wardah. Wardah is, it turned out 2, 3, 4 years after Wardah mean about 10 years after Paragon. Wardah turned out to be an idea whose time has come.
I see. So would you say, Pak Supakat, the force, the force behind Wardah, matching with the correct timing, brings up the exponential growth of Wardah.
Yeah.
I see.
Ability meet opportunity.
So it's not luck, you know. A non-Muslim say
Yeah,
luck,
yeah.
but because you and Ibruno has prepared Wada well enough, so when the time
Yeah.
came, like the wave, you know, they
Yes.
do the
Yeah,
wave, right?
yeah, that's right.
So that's where it
That's
went
right.
up.
I'm 1,000% believe in God, because when I was child, I played Jai Langkung. You know Jai Langkung?
What is
Jai
Jai
Langkung, magic doll.
Oh.
Yeah, and then the soul
Uh-huh.
come into the doll.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. The soul.
Oh.
And then when the soul come, it's become heavier.
Oh.
About 500 gram, a kilogram heavier.
Heavy.
Yeah, heavy. So the soul is exists. This is my. So I become believe in God because soul is is ini. Then in during my lifetime, I always find rice in my table.
Always find rice,
Yes.
nasi.
Even when gross domestic product, GNP at the time, now there is GNP also, but GDP is not popular. Even though the Indonesian GNP is approximately $100, $200 now. I was fight, so I attributed it that God, protect me. Because my people, my other my other friends, they are more, they are more intelligent.
More intelligent than you.
Yeah, but they difficult. They live, go through up and down so much.
But for you, because you believe in God,
Yes.
and you take things very simple, you trust,
Yes.
and things become easier for
Yes,
you.
yes, and that's right, So even my friend, hey Subakat, I see you're always progressing. Never has to sell house, has to sell car, has to sell,
But you're always progressing.
Yes, that's one is he thought it is miracle. He thought it's miracle.
But I think what you say is very, very true. Because sometimes as human,
Yes.
we overcomplicate things and we think
That's right.
we are smart.
Yes.
But because we think we are smart, we overcomplicate and we forget to have God in our equation.
Yes.
We put God out of the equation. But for you, you put God in the equation. Therefore, you have those trust.
Yes, that's trust.
Beautiful, really beautiful.
How can simple men like Bunur and I can create a product that push multinational brand out
Of business.
of business? This one is just impossible. It's
It's a miracle.
It's miracle. The first time in decades that Indonesian brand, this is a miracle. So I believe that God, and I believe in good deed. And people, and I don't believe in profit, but I'm not the only one who doesn't believe in profit. Like in Japan, there is like people will do thing that what he believe. Raison d'être.
Yep.
So the American they believe that the existence of business is to make money.
Yeah.
We in the business to make money. The German believe that they have to create good. They have to work. They have to work. That's why it's woven into their everyday life.
Yep.
Like there is internship.
Internship, yes.
In
yes.
German. The UK believe on workmanship.
Yes.
Because that's why many big brand initially from Britain, the French believe on food, believe that man live to eat.
Yeah.
The German believe that man eat to live. So that's why all and the French believe that man live to eat and man live to love.
Yeah.
That's why most of fashion company in France, most of food company in France,
Yeah.
wine in France,
Wine.
Yeah,
Yes.
like Danone, France. Italy, they live on creation. That's why in 19 up to 1970, most of luxury brand car is designed in Italy.
Yep.
Like Ital design, like. But there is company, there is culture that believe that the reason we live is to survive with our society. Like in Japan, there is a train in Shirataku that for years he bring only one person.
One passenger.
Yeah, one passenger.
Wow.
Shirataku. In Japan, you can see it in YouTube. After that student graduated, they close the
train.
line.
Oh.
Yeah,
To serve just one
just
passenger.
one person. Why? Because Japan is very rough country. So many kamikaze, it is a typhoon. So they have to, after thousand years, they have to become one.
I see.
It is become part of their DNA.
I see.
So they have to work. They call it monozukuri, which translated working. That's why there is a temple in Japan. Every 20 years, they destroy it.
Oh,
As soon as they destroy it, they start to making it
a
again.
new one. So they cannot stop.
They cannot stop. They have to
cannot
make it. So in 20 years, after every part is complete, every part is completed, they destroy and assemble it. And
Because
that
of their
yes,
DNA.
Yes, that is for more than 2,000 years. So the temple has been destroyed for more than 100 times.
Oh, wow. So, Pa, you mentioned just now that for you, it's not that you don't believe in profit, because a company needs profit
That's right.
to grow, right?
Yes,
to
yes,
invest in the
yes.
people. But from what I hear, you put purpose,
Yes,
people,
yes,
and
that's-
profit.
yes.
Equal.
Yeah. That's why sometimes I said to the person Paragonian said,
Paragonians.
you want Paragonian pay personnel. I think Paragonian pay personnel good, compared to other company, even foreign company. I told them, you want to have high salary. You think you want to have high salary. I think I want you to have high salary. So let's work together to make it happen.
I see.
This is the philosophy I said one. But I also told them, don't ever measure happiness with money.
That is very, very wise.
Yes, that's one. If you measure happiness with money, you start have high blood tension, high blood pressure. You start
High
have
blood pressure.
heart attack, things like this. So live happily, live happy, and then create. This one is my dream of what Paragonian should be.
I see.
Yeah.
And you're still on the way.
Oh yeah, I still
Still
on
on
the
the
way. And never, because this is my belief,
Yep.
that we pay people so that they are happy. Let's make them happy,
Okay.
with or without paying them.
So the bonus point is the salary, but in the intention is to
Yes.
make them happy
Yes.
working in Paragon.
Yes. Even Boeing, you know Boeing?
Boeing?
Air company.
Boeing, the aeroplane?
Yes.
Yes, Boeing.
Before, where it was, initially for decades, it was the motto, ini is working together. Then come the MBA graduate, this one, the modern people. Working together is like the old Western habit, the cowboy come, working together with other people, and but the new habit, the MBA coming, the motto is work up to get more with less. Of course, going
Drop.
yeah, because the idea, the mind of the people is destroyed.
I see. And you believe that the mind is more important than the
yes,
body.
Yes.
And is that why you chose to trust the young talent?
Oh yes, that's
Yes.
why I having a boss. The boss is American colonel. He said to me, don't always respect your subordinate, because my subordinate is as smart as I am.
Oh.
They come from the same military academy. To get to military academy is very high. They also graduate. Many of them graduate with better grade than me. So I don't have any reason to distrust them.
I see. So it was your ex-boss who put
Yes,
this belief in you.
Yes, and every day in the company, my subordinate is fight in that area, and my life is literally dependent on them.
I see.
But I don't have any course. What else can I do except that I
Trust them.
Yeah. Then he said like this funny, every day in everyday life, you always trust other people, but you don't notice, like you drive in Indonesian taxi driver who drive like crazy. You trust them, and then you go in aeroplane, you trust the pilot.
Yes.
And then you go in train, you go in bus, and you go to restaurant, you trust them cook healthy, cook, that's
Clean food.
Clean food.
Yeah.
Why cannot you trust your subordinate?
Oh, that's very wise.
Yeah, so I trust my subordinate. If I have idea and my subordinate have idea, I will keep my subordinate my idea. Okay, you do it. It's your baby. Yeah.
So, because your boss have inculcated you and give you the context of trust
Yes, that's
in
right.
that comparison, so you have chosen to trust your young employees from the time you and Ibruno started Paragon.
Yes, that's right.
And this culture has been carried forward till now.
Yes, until now. Then I asked them to please don't stop it. Let them carry
grow,
on. Yeah,
continue.
Continue.
I see.
Because it is like impossible, to think.
But you see, what I'm hearing from you is really interesting, Pak Supakat. You have a lot of trust in God.
Yes.
You have a lot of trust in your young talents.
Yes.
You have a lot of trust in your own children,
Yes,
Pak Harman,
yeah,
Pak
yeah.
Salman, Dr. Sari.
Yeah.
What would you say all this is the equation to the success of Paragon?
Yes. Firstly, this one is people is important.
So first and foremost, people is important.
But like this one is a belief that was popular in 19 something. At that time, this school of thought called people first.
Oh, people first. Yes, I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
And then there is another school of thought, quality first. We also believe on that one. But there is also environment.
Environment first.
Environment first. Because why so many, not many Indonesian company survive as the environment is wrong or made worse by the owner, the founder. When the company is still small, the founder give example to their subordinate. Working like this, oh, this one is too salty, working like that, okay, wrap the good like this, you know. But the company become bigger. The boss starts saying only supervising. But the company can still greater. The boss start playing golf, going around the world every 3 months. This one is doesn't make sense. Not only it is wrong, it is illogical. How it is as illogical as saying, follow my words, don't follow my
Actions.
action, as illogical, as irrational. So we have to make an oasis. I believe an oasis. This oasis, which called Paragon, has to have good culture, industrial culture, to exist in the gurun, in the desert.
In the desert.
Desert of agriculture.
I see.
So people is important.
People is important.
People more important than my kid.
The people, Paragonian, is more important than your kid.
Yes. Because the Paragonian can work without my kid. My kid cannot work with Paragon.
Sounds familiar. Just now, we have another interviewee, Tika. Tika from Elzata. I think Elzata's founder is good friend with Bruno, right? Yeah. She said the same. She said, my mother care more for the employee than care for her. So
That's
same.
Right.
Now we know it's the
right.
same.
Okay. Then, firstly, employee. This one is this one. People is important.
Yes.
But quality is important.
People is important. Quality is important.
But environment is important. We have to build an oasis of industrialized society in the desert of non-industrial society.
I see.
This one is the
I see. So, Pa, would you say that WADA or Paragon started in such a way that it became the pride and joy of Indonesia?
I think it has been enigma to me. Why Paragon like this? Because I was thinking, for decades I thinking, in this whole world, the Muslim is always below, is always poorer. Except the one that has oil. Like even in India. In India, the poor Muslim is 32% among Muslim. The poor Indian is only 25 point something percent among among Hindus. The poor Hindus, so where Muslim and non-Muslim live together, Muslim is always lower. You can also, it's very clear. You can see it clearly even in Lebanon, Jordania, where Muslim and non-Muslim. India, Lebanon, Jordania has the same. The Muslim and the non-Muslim has the same culture, the same DNA, the same genetic, the same education, the same language, but they are superior. And this one in this paragon, it doesn't happen. We can compete with non-Muslim.
So what makes it so
Yes,
bad?
this one is enigma. This one is very difficult to me. Because they feel free to express themselves. Or like this one. In 19-something, 20 something like this, there is a psychologist, name is Terman. Terman is one of the most famous psychologists. The Stanford Binet IQ test, Terman made it. Terman Terman take 1,000 of more this study called study of the gifted children.
Okay.
The intent, objective study is to check whether a gifted children, high IQ children is apt to sickness, weaker, but then it is continued until the last termite, we call it termites die. What is the key? The children the identical twin children that given to the different family has different IQ.
So the environment.
Yes, environment. But when the children is, then only the rich children, the rich family rise the higher IQ. But when the children is united,
the other twins also rise.
Rise to the same level. So it makes me say, there is environment in this one that say, okay, go working as good as possible, make them working as good as possible.
The encouragement.
Encouragement.
So the environment of positivity, encouragement can rise.
Yes, encouragement and never always give thing that they can work. If they cannot work, we accompany them. Let's work it together. There is also famous psychologist called Seligman. Seligman wrote a book called Learn Helplessness.
Learn helplessness.
Yes. He said a person that is given task that impossible that they cannot do, given task they cannot do, after a while they feel that they lost their confidence and they even lost their willingness to work.
To do the work.
Yes, like this one is a dog. There is 3 dogs. This dog is put in the cage that if there is electric shock, he can put the electric shock. He can put off the electric shock. This dog cannot. No matter what he do, he keep to get electric shock.
I see.
Yeah, after ini, this dog is kept on the place. And this one, he get electric shock. If he just go to the other side of the
Cage.
he didn't get electric shock. What happened is the dog that yesterday always given electric shock that he couldn't do anything. No, didn't live there.
I see.
Now this one is also the stereotype of Muslim. So the Muslim, oh you are very, you are Muslim, we are not kidding. This one is, we are something.
The conditioning.
Yes, conditioning. And then Chinese is better than you. This one is gini. So it's conditioning. Then in Paragon we unlock that ini kan. I think this one is the real reason.
It's the real reason of Paragon success.
Yes, and the other reason is we only hire the best.
Yes. I know getting into Paragon is very, very difficult. You only hire the best, right?
Yeah. Why? Because we try to avoid as much as possible to fire people.
Okay.
Because when we fire people, employee is lost confidence to their employer.
Yep.
So we have to avoid that. To avoid that, we try. So once you join Paragon will try the best to keep you in Paragon.
I see. So that is the philosophy and the culture of Paragon.
Yes.
Therefore, because I've met some Paragon's HR manager. They said to get into Paragon, you have to go through many interviews, and before you agree to hire them, your whole family will interview them, right? Wow. That's
Don't
a
say
lot
the
of
whole
effort.
family. The senior manager.
Or the senior managers.
It
Okay.
happened to be the family.
Okay. I see. I've never heard a company that goes through so much to hire.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard.
This one is, I always tell everybody, if I'm in German, Japan, it will not go like this because the culture, the society embrace to a belief in this. That's industrialization, modern, something like that. But we are in Indonesia. A person from Java different from a person in Kalimantan, different person. So we have to put induction test to make it the same. Then to keep our like this,
To keep it more neutral. And to keep it to Paragonian standard.
Yes,
I see. And Pa, because it's a family business, right?
Oh yeah, before this one.
Yes, please, Pa.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
In 1950, 60, the IQ of women is lower than men.
Lower than men?
Yes.
Oh.
And then the grade in the high school, in the school, is lower than men. No, it is higher. Yeah, the grade of women's grade in university is higher than men. The DNA is same, everybody is same. Long time ago, there is unspoken word that say woman is inferior to men. So woman is inferior. After that's broken, woman is better than men because they don't believe that we are inferior. So Paragon also believe that we are not inferior. That's why Paragon write two scientific paper presented in Italy. together with from Germany, from this one. Why? Because they believe they can do it. So they can do it. So this one is
very powerful.
Yes, this one is ini kan is itu. So when we go to Arab and then we say, oh Paragon ini, and he said Paragon is 80% women, 90%. What? Paragon is 90%? Because the Arab thinks women is not superior,
not so capable, right?
It's capable, and they find Paragon who get Wardah so many 30% market share is run by women. Wow, this one is.
But what you say is very powerful.
Yeah.
Challenge the status quo.
Yes.
And have your belief, and then build your results and build your action according to your belief.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Wow, there is so many nuggets and wisdom that you have shared. Last but not least, Pak, could you share with us what advice would you give to someone who wants to start a business today or already start his or her business? What advice would you give him or her to be successful?
Common sense. Use common sense. Don't believe on business advice, especially from the best-selling book. Learn business from textbook from notable university. Don't believe on SWOT analysis. Don't believe on Boston Consulting Group metrics. Don't believe, don't believe on good to great. Don't believe. This one is all nonsense. More than nonsense, it's poison. Like SWOT analysis. We have to identify our weakness, our strength. Of course, we have it.
Yes.
But we cannot plan our company with SWOT analysis. We plan company to market driven.
I see.
Boston Consulting Group. Wow, this one is strong. This one, high growth and strong. This one is
no growth. Yes.
No growth. If somebody fail, you don't kick them out. You help them. This one is, and then when he make money, why we can kick them out? Let them make money, even though it is not as much, even though the return on equity, the return on is less than one. Like good to great. I think many percent here is good to great. The statistical reason is flawed. You know, like he keep the successful until one, and then study the success. If he make this case to the professor of statistics, he will get 0. He will have to identify the successful one and the unsuccessful one
up.
And then identify the common denominator here that is not available here, and find the common denominator that is not available. Then this one is statistically justified. So this one is, I think. So common sense, learn, study. Always learn from a textbook that used in university. And then, and then don't even touch book giving advice in management. I mean, especially best-selling book.
Best-selling books.
Yes.
Cannot trust, yeah?
Oh, this one is.
Do you think it's because culturally all these books are written for the Western companies and with the Western culture, to apply in our Asian culture is difficult or is not contextually correct?
This one is because the best-selling book, to make them best-selling, they have to say, success is easy. Do this, and you're success. Like there is a world best-selling. The title is "Don't work hard, work smart." In the blink of an eye, we know that it's wrong, but it is best-selling.
Yep. So they want to catch people's attention.
Yes.
So they didn't give the right advice and the accurate advice.
Yes.
I see.
So there is an experiment, marshmallow experiment. There is in Stanford, besides Stanford, there is a person, a kid, that can control their desire, is work more successful.
Yes.
And there is another study called adversity study. A person that can live, can stay calm in adverse situation, also more successful than life.
Yes.
There is no substitute of adversity.
Yeah, and hard work, right?
And hard work. Hard work and adversity. This one is because yeah. And of course, to grow into adversity, you need hard work, you know.
Exactly, exactly. There's also a study that says when kids are young,
Yeah.
from young, you give them housework to do.
Oh, yes.
They are more successful later part in their life. Those without housework, not successful.
Yeah, that's right. And this one is data for 75 years study. This one is so it is for young generation. It is an old person, you know. The previous generation say, choose the road less traveled, less competition there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pak. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
You have been giving us so much nuggets
Oh,
for someone who is younger, who is traveling the road that is a bit more challenging, but a little bit easy on the other side.
Yeah.
Right? Starting a business, like you say now, is easier.
Easier, sir. Much easier.
Much easier. Thank you, Pak. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome, and I hope this one is
very good.